Yo, what it is, Pepper? Fat food guru. When I bust up on the scene, you know what's going down. When this stomach starts screaming, I don't fool around. Got food from 3 different places, go from town to town. But fat food guru. And when I roll up on the scene, you know what it be. May I take your order number 1, 2, and 3? Is that for you and your family? No, girl, just me. But fat food guru. Hey, you know I love them cookies, cakes, and pies. Piece of hamburger and french fries.
Oh, Lord. Friends. Old friend. Well, this is a new segment of Fat Food Guru called Beyond the Food. You know, FFG, aside from Fat Food Guru, I say it stands for Food, Foolishness, and Good Times. Well, we're now entering into the middle F, the foolishness. Not the foolishness that is on my head and the lack thereof it. And, you know, I told y'all I was going to talk about what happened to my head, how I got chopped and screwed. Well, here we are and here we is. I've been going to my barber for like 12 years now. Even though I'm still mad at that Ninjago, just out of respect, I won't mention his name or his place of business. For now. He really pisses me off further. But yeah. Okay. About 2 months ago, for my birthday, I decided, I wanted to do something a little different, a little trim. Back in March, Team Aries stand up. But yeah, so I decided, okay, normally I got like a big ass afro.
I know, in this pig I'm all draw to the people.
But anyway, before I even go any further, because I know people be paying attention to every goddamn thing. Be all up in your background like, what is that? I know there ain't no weights to be talking about eating all this fat food. But yes, this is a weight bench that I am sitting on. Yes, those are weights in the background. Your boy never said he did not work out. Y'all see the food I like to eat. I have to work out just so I won't be on my 600-pound life. But anyway, yeah, I do a little weightlifting here and there, a little cardio. But anyway, still fat. Anyway, back to the jack-uppery that is my head here. So I was trying to figure out what to do because my hair was wilding. And I'm like, I've had the comb twist. And I'm like, they look nice, but I cannot pay $115 to $120 every 2 to 3 weeks for some comb twist. And they started a little ragged after about 2 weeks. So I was like, okay, I gotta find something else to do. So I was online on YouTube, found this dude who was talking about doing 2-strand twist on your own at home. And of course, he made it look easy as hell. I'm like, I can do that. All right, let me go get that little curl and cream up here, do these little 2-strand twists, and rock that out. And so, your boy attempted, just to go ahead and ruin the end of the story, it went left. Left. But anyway, I'm gonna show you the pictures to show you how it went when I attempted to do the 2-strand twist on my own at home. Like to see it? Here you go.
Damn. Inmate 324957 cell block D. Man, shout out to the YouTuber Be Amazing in the words of the great Bruce. And it looks good on you. But yeah, it did not work out too well for me, dog. And speaking of dogs, that's pretty much who I looked like, was Lock Dog from Don't Be a Menace. Yeah, and then when I tried to unravel it, when I twisted it out, yeah. So the moral of the story is do not go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the slithers of the cakes that you're used to. A little FFG remix, but TLC tried to tell us, man.
And so, I should have taken my own advice. I didn't stick to the slithers of the cake that I'm used to, clearly. But I know some people may be like, just cut it off, cut the shit off. But I'm like, people from back in the day know, like, you know me from back in the day before I grew my hair out, I do not have the head shape. The way my head shape is set up, I cannot rock the low haircut. Like from the front, is like a light bulb shape. There's like too much space in between like my head and my ears. And then when I turn to the side, like a scoop back there, I'm like, nah, like 2 scoops on the side. 2 scoops of raisins basking in the sun. I don't know why that was in my head, but it was. I had to get it out. But yeah, so I'm like, I can't do that. So that's when I was like, well, maybe I can get my barber to do something the same but different. And by that I mean, like, I have the afro, but normally I shape it into that kind of box top afro fade type of look, you normally see like in the intro that I call the afraid. So, to save me some time on doing the afraid, I was like, save me about a good 20, 30 minutes. How about you just shape it into that shape? Just kind of like, make a little boxy old school box top fade, and I'll work with it from there. I thought that was clear, but clearly not, because here we are again, and here we is. How did we get here? Of course, next time I'm going to have to cuss his ass out, and I'm just like, what was your vision? I mean, like, this is 2 months later. I mean, so you can only imagine like how bad it was. You can't even really see from the picture that I showed you just how bad it was, aside from it being lopsided. It's like I'm missing a chunk of hair over here. If I turn to the side, like she was like at an incline. So like even to this day, I still gotta try to pull it forward. And I'm just like, this nigga really got me with the Gumby. I'm just at the incline. like I said, even if you didn't understand my vision, I'm just like, what the hell was yours? Because ain't no way that you had this thought in your mind. Just like, ooh, yeah, that's going to be hot right there. In his defense, though, even though I hate to defend his ass, but he was not feeling well that day. And I wish he would have just stayed at the house. Like, you're not feeling good, don't come to work. I'm like, maybe he was not seeing straight. I don't know what the deal was for us to get where we got here. But yeah, and that's how we ended up here. I feel like this food has aged me. Cause like when I'm at work, like I told before, I'm a med tech. And when I'm like in the lab issuing blood and stuff like that, like I've noticed a difference in the way people respond to me. Before, people come pick up blood or whatever, I ask, their name to verify, and they'd be like, oh, I'm such and such. Or they come up there like, what up, man? And now all of a sudden when I ask people stuff, they like, yes, sir. No, sir. Sir? Me? No, one hand is like, yeah, like respect my authority, but on the other hand, it's like, you weren't doing that a week ago before the hair got chopped and screwed, and now like he done cut out a good chunk of my black hair, so a lot of my grays are coming through, and I'm cool with the aging process. I have no problem with that. I'm a millennial, which is interesting in and of itself, because we're in our 40s now, and it's like we're old and young at the same time. You talk to Gen Z people, even the ones just in their early 30s, they swear we 80 years old. But then you talk to people just a generation ahead of you, 50, 60, they be like, oh, you're just a baby. That's just 40. So when do I officially get to grow up? That's what I want to know. Like, when am I going to get out of baby status? But anyway, like I was saying, like I'm cool with getting older. I got like the salt and pepper coming through and stuff like that. But I'm just cool with it as long as it's God and just regular life. Like, I don't need your help aging me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good on that. Like, nobody asks you for your help for that. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm cool though. Because I'm like, got the grays coming in, the little silver, the salt and pepper. I'm entering my DE, my daddy era, which I'm cool with all that. But again, nobody asks you for your help, man, doing this ish. So what I've been having to do is to kind of just like to even it out, since we got the WAP over here. Not that kind of WAP. Not the good one. But the bad WAP over here that's all WAP-sided. I've been having to just kind of even it out. Like I've been pressing it down on the left side, since that's the thicker side, to try to get it to match. And I try to pull this even though it's barely anything there. Like I said, you're not even getting a full effect. A lot of what you see is like the hair in the back sticking up, but the front here, he got me good. Like it ain't barely nothing there. Like it's been sharp. So yeah, but I'm trying to be all up in the mirror. Try to adjust it. See, it'll at least look, somewhat decent, right? Yes, no, maybe. I look somewhat human, at least from a distance. Just get back here this way. If I agree, people stay back as far as possible. So the next time I went to the barbershop, like I really cussed his ass out. I'm just like, ninja, like what the hell? Initially he tried to blame it on me and say I did not articulate what I wanted correctly. But I'm like, even if I did not articulate it correctly, which I know I did, you have to tell me that you did not understand. Then ask me for a visual, because I always got pictures and stuff in my phone to show you if you don't know what I'm talking about. And ultimately, we got to a place where he did apologize. He didn't give me my money back, which I feel he should have. But he, admitted his wrong after I showed him, some pictures of what he did. And I still pretty much like your apology. You're like, what? I said. And I feel like people don't apologize correctly. Like, I feel like a lot of people think, like, just because I apologize, that should make everything okay and you should be good. Like, no, that's not how it works. Like, number one, an apology is just you acknowledging you're wrong, which I can appreciate that. But there needs to be a follow-up question to that, which is, do you accept my apology? Which I feel like a lot of people tend to leave that off. Because like I said, they just feel like, I apologize, so everything should be good. Like, no, that's my decision whether I forgive you or not. Like I said, I can appreciate you apologizing, but an apology doesn't always fix the situation. Like, okay, you get to feel good. You release your soul and how you felt. And, oh, now I feel better now. I apologize and made it right. But your apology ain't fixing my head. You get to feel good about yourself and go out into the street and live your life. But I'm in these streets looking like a bald head scallywag. So how is that okay? Not in my book. So, yeah, that's why we at where we at with your apology. As you know me, I'm an Aries. Like I said, you know how us Aries are. Like, we're loyal sometimes to a fault. But up until you, like, really piss us off, man, it's like, F you forever. We act like we never knew you. But, it's just our way of protecting our peace. And, I mean, that's to anybody. Protect your peace by all means. I was listening to Joel Osteen, I think it was, like some years back. And one thing he was telling, his congregation, he was like, there comes a point in time in your life when you have to reevaluate all of your relationships in your life. And you have to figure out if those people give you like weight or wings. And if those people are not elevating you, you feel like they are weighing you down in some way, then you have to release them. Some people you have to love from a distance, and that's okay. And that's what I'm all about, protecting my peace, especially at this big age. And like, I'm not letting nobody stress me out. If you're doing me wrong, you got to go. A lot of people know me, know what my theme song is. It ain't nothing to cut that bitch off. But yeah, so having a barber is like an interesting relationship, especially when you've been going to your barber for a very long time, which I have, which I say like 12 years. You do kind of become like brothers almost in a sense, or maybe if not like family, just kind of like, that cool co-worker, because, we ain't talking and hanging out outside of the barbershop, but when we there, we cool as hell. Kind of like that co-worker you real cool with. When you there, hey, that's like your best friend, your work friend. So that's kind of like what it is. And it's like I said, you can be kind of loyal almost to a fault. But now I'm at that point where I almost feel like a relationship. I feel like I'm being abused. Negro be showing up late. And then I've been dealing with that for years, but now you gonna show up late and jack my head up. Like, you gotta pick a problem, player. You can't be doing both. So now I'm at that point where if this were a relationship, it's like I'm trying to figure out, should I break things off? Like, I'm ready to get out in these streets and cheat. Give me a side barber. So that's kind of where I'm at. So if you're in the Atlanta area, if you're a barber, you're looking for a new client, get in my DM, Instagram, Fat Food Guru 957. And let me know what's up. Because at this point, I'm still mad. I'm like, I don't know if there's no fixing this. I don't know what I need, baby. We can get some chia seeds up in here. Chia. Get this thing to grow back out. I mean, I don't know, because, the older you get, things just don't be growing the same. So it's been 2 months. It's grown out a little bit, but just not where it needs to be. So, but my friends, yep, that is how I ended up here with the Gumby. The old Bobby Brown. Like, I really feel like I gotta just break out. They say I'm crazy. I really don't care. That's my prerogative. I don't like it, but here we are, and here we is. So, yep, y'all. Until the next episode, ain't gonna even fix it. Just let it be out there in all this foolish glory. Then would y'all go ahead, y'all be fat, be merry, be at peace. Like I said, decide they give you the weight of wings. Don't let nobody, little dusty son, daughter, whatever, stress you out. Release them like 1,000 doves. Shout out to Maxine Shaw, attorney at law, living single. You know, they got their Reliving Single podcast. Really good. If you're a fan, check that out. Well, that has been Fat Food Guru Beyond the Food, and that is the foolishness that is my life right now. I guess I'll be out here living that hat life, out here hat fishing the people. But what do you all think I should do? Should I stay in this 12-year abusive relationship? You know, give me a little side barber, or should I just cut all ties altogether? You know, the way you cut my head up. You know, you all comment below. Let me know what you think your boy should do. But anyway, that's all I have for you all today. So thanks for watching. You know, like and subscribe. And until the next episode, player, holla.
Yo, what it is, Pepper? Fat Food Guru. When I bust up on the scene, you know what's going down. When this stomach starts screaming, I don't fool around. Got food from 3 different places, go from town to town. But Fat Food Guru.